Hey, this is Amity calling from Just Answer on the Chevy Colorado.
Hi.
Tell me what's going on. Can I start by getting the engine size, please?
I don't know.
Is it a four cylinder? Is it a V6?
V6.
That
That's
should
what
do
it
the
says
trick.
on the back of the truck.
And tell me what's going on.
Well, I bought a trailer from a gentleman in a town pretty close to San Antonio, and it was a good buy. And it has an electric motor that makes the stand go up and down and also makes the lights come on. And so when I bought it, I had a Honda, but I wasn't happy with the Honda. I wanted a work truck. So I bought the work truck, and I've been in text messaging with him. He said that it would work, and I have everything connected up. I went to O'Reilly's, and I bought the connections for the trailer electrical thing, and she pulled it up online, got the right piece of equipment, and so it is connected in to the electric line that the gentleman has attached to this motor. He also said to make it work, put it in park lights. And so I've checked the front of the vehicle, and they are in park lights. They're both in park lights, but nothing's happening. And I've been trying to get a hold of him, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just a mechanical failure on the part of, I don't think it's on the part of the truck. I think it's on the part of the unit, and it can be raised manually. I have to have the jack thing that they use to unscrew the bolts, but I'm sure there's one that comes with the truck, but I don't know where it's at. The only thing I could do would be to go to O'Reilly's and buy one. Would this be something out of your expertise, and I just need to get that man over here to work on this?
Well, I don't think I fully, and I apologize, I don't think I fully understand your question. When I originally grabbed the question from the question list, it looked like you had an issue with the trailer lighting. Is that
I
correct?
do.
Or is it
I
something else?
do. I do.
And then what's your question regarding the trailer lighting?
I have everything connected up as I think I'm supposed to, and as I did with the Honda. But with the Honda, the lights quit working on my trip back from Tennessee. The lights quit working, and he said that it was a fuse, but I don't think it was. I think it's this mechanical thing, and it's going to be totally out of your hands and totally out of my hands to figure out how to make this thing work, because he's the one that rigged it up.
Wait, hang on.
I,
So this isn't a Chevy Colorado?
yes, I traded in the Honda for the Chevy
Okay,
Colorado.
so now we have the Chevy Colorado, and you got a trailer hooked up to the Chevy Colorado, correct?
Yes,
And the trailer lighting isn't working, is that correct?
that's correct.
And let me ask you a really silly question.
It's
So we
okay.
have brake lights on the trailer, and we have turn signals on the trailer, and then we have running lights on the trailer. Which one of those three isn't working?
None.
All right. So what you could do, if you haven't done so already, we need to go through all of the fuses on board the vehicle. Have we done that so far?
Hang on. I'm right next to a train track, and a
Okay.
train is running. They can't run without running their horn. So aggravating. I'll be so glad to get out of here. Say, could you repeat your question?
We have brake lights on the trailer, turn
Yes.
signals, and then running lights. And you're saying all three of those aren't working. Is that correct?
No.
And have
Turn
you
on.
checked the fuses?
Well, the fuses on the trailer or the
No,
fuses?
on the vehicle.
No, I wouldn't know how to do that, and I wouldn't know how to do that.
Okay.
This truck came from that works on the truck, but nothing is working down here. This truck came from Carvana, and everything is supposed to have been perfect. So I truthfully don't think it's anything to do with the truck. I think it has to do with the trailer, and I think I'm just
Okay.
going to have to get that man over here
Well,
and work on it, because everything on my truck, everything works. The lights are working. The turn signal just worked, but I can't figure out where high beams are. And I tried, they didn't come with a manual, and I bought a manual, but it's online. And then, of course, it's lost. I can't find it.
well, I'm sorry to hear about that, ma'am.
Well, it's just, I'm a girl. So where are high beams?
So where is the high beam switch? Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
Let's go back here. Actually, you know what? Hang on. We originally were talking about the trailer connector. So let me
I
go
know.
back up and
I'm going to have to let go of that, and I'm going to have to make Kevin come over here and fix it. because without something, I can't get the trailer attached to the ball of the
Okay.
truck, and I may have to go buy one of those things. But there's two different things. How do you get beans on this thing?
This is just a really silly.
No questions are silly. No statements are silly when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't understand how these things. I'm used to something else, and
So don't you just pull back on the multifunction switch to turn the high beams on?
well, it won't stay. Oh, high beams. That's what I probably would do, but I can't even get regular lights.
So the regular light should be turned on the turn signal switch as well. There should be a setting for low, and there should be a setting for high. No, I'm sorry. You have a separate headlamp switch. I apologize. You have a separate headlamp switch for parking lights and then headlights. And then once the headlights are turned on, then what you do is you use the multifunction switch, and I think you pull it in, and it'll turn on the high beams.
Okay, well, I turned that little knob to the light, and the parking lights came on, but then how do I make that makes high beams? Oh, I hate this. This should not be this difficult. So there's a knob on the console, and then there's this bar. That's for the washer, I think. That's washer. Don't fool with that one. There's a bar on the opposite side of the steering column that looks like it says light. So I push that back, and it won't stay. It looks like to make it be light is to push the bar back.
No, I think you have to, ma'am, pull the lever towards you.
That made the high beams come on, but they don't stay.
Right. So if they don't stay, what about if you push it forward? It still doesn't.
No, it doesn't stay on. There's a little, on this bar, there's a little knob that says menu, and then you push it up, that just does turn signal. And then there's a thing over here that says set and clear.
Well, it's possible that the turn signal switch is bad. The multifunction switch is bad, and it may need to be replaced. They should stay on as long as you did it correctly.
Yeah, I would think. Well, obviously, if it doesn't, I have to take this over to the Chevy place then. And I don't.
You can have them check the fuses and check the trailer wiring on the vehicle first to make sure the problem's not on the vehicle, and then go after the wiring on the trailer next.
Let me go find where there is a Chevy place close to where I live and do it that way. I'm going to undo this thing.
Sounds good. Do you have any other questions while we're on the phone?
No, but I thank you very much. I thank
All
you.
right, you bet. You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.